Do you know how to protect your home if you fall into financial difficulties? Hi, I'm Jerry Carter with the Sierra Crest Business Law Group, and I want to talk to you today about things you can do now that will protect you down the road in case you run into financial difficulties. Here in the state of Nevada, there are three totally legal strategies that are created by the state government so that you can protect your home, your business, your rental properties, and other assets. So let's talk about all three of those things. First is what is called the Nevada Homestead Exemption. What is the Nevada Homestead Exemption? It's a very legal sounding phrase that basically says you can take steps to protect your home if you fall onto financial hard times. The Nevada Homestead Exemption protects your ownership in your home in case you fall on hard times in the future. For example, if you had to file for bankruptcy, or if you were involved in a major car accident and the driver of the other vehicle had a big judgment against you. And basically, it says that nobody can take your equity in your home up to about $650,000. This homestead exemption is a totally legal gift from the Nevada state legislature to you. And the purpose of it is to make sure that people and families have a place to live and a way to rebuild their life if they fall on financial hard times. Now, how do you qualify for the homestead exemption? First of all, you need to own a home in Nevada. Second of all, that has to be the place where you live. That's your primary residence. And then third, there's a special form. It's a one-page form that you need to fill out, and then you need to take to the recorder's office and record so that the world knows that you've declared, this is my house, this is my primary residence, this is where I'm claiming my homestead. So what are the limitations of the homestead exemption? Well, first of all, the homestead exemption protects one home, and that's the home you own and you live in as your primary residence. The second limitation is that it protects your equity in that home up to a cap of about $650,000. And as you know, your equity in the home, for purposes of this exemption, is the value of the home minus the amount of the mortgage. And then third, the homestead exemption doesn't excuse you from paying the mortgage on the property. So now that we know that the Nevada homestead exemption just protects your property that you own and live in, what happens if you have other significant property that you're trying to protect? Well, fortunately, Nevada has given you other tools that you can use totally legally and totally properly to protect other assets in your life. One of those is a limited liability company, and that will protect you in two ways. First of all, if you have a rental property or a business, you can put that inside of a limited liability company. And if there are any lawsuits that come out of that rental property or the business, so for example, your tenant slips and falls, they have to sue the limited liability company and not you personally. So you have some personal protection from the problems that might come out of the property that's in the LLC. The second way the limited liability company protects you is it makes it hard for people to take property out of the limited liability company. And what that means, and this is a little bit of a technical explanation, but if someone were to sue you personally and get a judgment against you, they might look at that rental property or they might look at that business that's inside of your LLC and they might say, well, I want to just take that property out of the LLC in satisfaction of the judgment. But the Nevada legislature says, no, 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 nay, nay, nay. Because what they have to do is basically stand in line and wait for you as an owner to declare a distribution from that LLC. And then they can partake in the distribution. But what happens if you never take an owner draw on that LLC? You just pay yourself a salary, for example. They'll never be able to touch the property that's inside the LLC. So to summarize, a limited liability company is going to do two things for you. First of all, it's going to protect you personally from lawsuits that might come out of the rental property or the business that's inside of the LLC. And second, it's going to be really hard for someone to forcibly remove the property or the business from the LLC and take it from themselves and take it from you. You're going to keep control over that property. Now, in my practice, I've seen that a limited liability company is pretty good protection. It's not bulletproof. It's definitely something you want to be part of your protection. And just like in normal life, you want multiple layers of protection. So if you're driving your car, you want a car that has multiple safety systems. If you go into the mountains to hike, you're going to bring multiple layers of clothing. And it's the same way with protecting your stuff from people who want to take it. Now, what is the next best layer for your protection, for your asset protection? And I'm just going to warn you right now, when you learn about this, you're going to want it for yourself. You're going to want to go out and earn $1 million just so you can put it in this thing. And it's called the Nevada Domestic Asset Protection Trust. It was created right here in Nevada by our legislature. And basically, it's a trust that you set up and you put your money, your property, even your LLC into that trust. And then if you can go 2 years without getting sued, that money, property, whatever was in the trust goes hard, and it can't be touched by any creditor for any reason. No one can touch it. It's just a safe spot where you stashed away some money. The Nevada Domestic Asset Protection Trust is perfect for people who have more than $1 million of assets that they want to protect. Just look for our other videos about the ins and outs on how to set one of these up. Now, a gift is only valuable if it's given and if it's received. Our Nevada legislature is trying to give you the gift of protecting your assets for you and your family. I want to make sure you receive the gift and take advantage of it in your life. If you have any questions at all about how to make sure you receive this asset protection, give us a call.